Good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Agent Training. Sorry. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. Welcome to our live agent training. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be focusing on the pre-qualification letters and how to use them, as well as setting up a partner if you're not sponsored with a loan officer or currently working with a loan officer. So I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to get started with that. In the meantime, we are working on some great new things. We will have a webinar next week. It's going to be our live agent training. We're going to be focusing on setting up the IDX as well as our newest feature that we have available, which is the Facebook app with the IDX on it. So consumers can go to your Facebook business page and they can actually view properties directly on your Facebook business page. So it will be a property search associated on your business page. So really cool new feature we have available. That's something that I'll show you next week when we focus on setting up the Pearl with the IDX and going through all of that. So that will be our topic next week, and that is one of our new features that we have available. Also, one thing we're working on and finishing up is we will have the community pages where you can do the neighborhood watch, which is getting the postcards sent out and doing kind of the mailing system. So what we'll do is we'll have a section where you can upload the people you want postcards mailed to. You can select the number of postcards you want, the template design, and all of that. And then what we'll do is we'll and send them out for you. So we're kind of calling it the neighborhood watch, but that's going to be how that will get started and moving forward with that. So super excited about that. We've had a lot of requests for doing the neighborhood watch. Also last week, I know that we were having some difficulties with GoToWebinar, so I will have the recording for setting up a personal website. That will be up later today. I'm just trying to get that recorded, and so I will have that up later today. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for the agent training, and I will send it all out via email as well, so you have it fresh in your email. So I do apologize last week for that not working, but I will have that video up for you shortly, and then you'll be able to view all of the other recordings as well on that YouTube channel. And so we are working on some other great stuff. As they become available or the new features become available, you'll be the first to know, and I'll let everybody in on what we're doing. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the pre-qualification letters. So there are a couple different options you can go about using the pre-qualification letters. So if you are currently working with a sponsor or you are looking to work with one, you have a couple options. So if you are not working with a lender, then this is how we're going to get started. So there are going to be a few different things that we can go, moving forward with the partner points. If you're not currently working with a lender, what you can do is you can actually add them in as a partner. So you can continue to move on your own and do your own thing, but you can select a mortgage partner to partner up with to get the pre-qualification letters and to have this as an available feature for you. So to choose a partner, what you would do is on your dashboard tab, you'll see here on your home page, you can go ahead and click on the Add New button. And what it does here is it gives you an option to choose all of the different scenarios here. So you would select mortgage here from the list. Because I'm already sponsored by a mortgage partner, it only allows you to select one per industry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, let's see, I think I can select escrow in this instance, and we'll see who pops up. So you would select mortgage, and when you select mortgage, it will show you all of the partners in the area that can pick up your sponsorship. And what it means by picking up your sponsorship is you'll be able to get some other features like the pre-qualification letters and have a lender kind of in your back pocket. So you can choose. We do have lenders throughout the U.S., so you'll be able to choose a lender that you want and select them. Once you select them, then they become your partner. So it's not like they have access or anything to your account. That is another option. So if you were to select a lender and hit next, it does give you an option to allow them to have access to your login. It's up to you. Most of the time I would just say no, just so you can kind of keep it on your own. So you would select that. We'll say no, and then you can choose next, and then confirm, and then you hit save. Once you've done all of that, then your mortgage partner will populate here, and then it does give you access to the pre-qualification letters from there. So if you are already sponsored and working with a loan officer, then this will already be an available feature for you. If you are doing your own thing and you're not working with a sponsor, then I recommend adding them as a partner. The cool thing about having partners on agent marketing is you do get discounts on the store for all of your marketing materials. So adding partners is kind of to your benefit because not only do you get a discount, but you also get to have your mortgage person, your title person, your signpost person, all of them can be a part of your partners. So for every partner that you get, they will populate here on the list. So having your partners on agent marketing, this is a really cool thing because you can now have access to the pre-qualification letters. With the pre-qualification letters, what it is it's a letter that can be generated that you can give to the sellers, letting the consumer know, or the sellers, you would give it to the consumer, letting the sellers know that that consumer has been pre-approved for a certain loan amount. So I do have a couple samples in here that I already have set up. So I want to show you how to set it up, and then I'll show you what they look like based off of these other two. So to create a pre-qualification letter, you do have to have the person in your client section. So you would go under your leads tab and make sure that the client is populated under your leads. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a new client, and I'm going to just do a sample email here. Sample1@sample.com. And then we'll say that this person here is going to be, this person is my client that I'm going to be working with. So I want to stay in the loop with this person and have them available. So we'll say that this person's name is Sue, and we'll put last name here. We can leave that blank if you want to. The only thing you really have to put in here is the email address. So we'll do Sue Sample here. And then you can put in the phone number. You can choose a status, so you can say that they're either a prospect or a client. So we'll go ahead and choose them as a client. This person's really ready to get pre-approved and really wants to get moving right away, so I'm going to put them at a hot priority. And then you can choose your motivation. So they're actually moving, so they're doing a job change, so they're trying to move right away. And then you can put in the address if you want to. So once we have our client in here, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now that client has been added into my CRM. So again, the client does have to be added into the CRM in order to create a pre-qualification letter. So now that I have Sue Sample in here, what I can do is I can go back under my leads tab and click on pre-quals, or you can also click on pre-quals over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on pre-quals, and then you'll see that there's an add new button. So let's go ahead and create a pre-qualification for Sue here. So once you type in the last name of the person, their information should populate on here. So Sue Sample, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Go. Now when I click Go, it populates with Sue's information, first name, last name, email address, and then I can put in the phone number if I want. And then I hit Submit. So now once I hit Submit, the pre-qualification request has been submitted. Your LO has been sent a text with the details. So now your partner that you've just partnered up with, or your loan officer that you're working with, has been notified of this pre-qualification request. So now they go ahead and they do their business, and they look at it, take a look, see if they're approved or not approved. You'll see here that it gives you a status, so it says waiting, and then you can choose to delete it. So any pre-qualification that is created will populate here on the list. So I do have some created already. Once you create the pre-qualification, it does notify the sponsor. They can take care of everything and then send it back to you. They have an option to approve or deny or decline the pre-qualification based off of this person's information. So we're going to work here with Bob. Bob got approved. We got the thumbs up from Bob, which is awesome. So super excited that Bob was approved, and so now we can go ahead and we can print Bob's pre-qualification letter. So when you hit this little view button here, or the print button, I'm sorry, when you click on print, what it does is it populates this little field here. So now we'll see here that Bob was approved for a loan amount of $500,000. That is so cool. So now we know that Bob's been approved. The cool thing about this is you can create the street address to have a property-specific pre-qualification letter generated. So if Bob's looking at 123 Main Street as a listing and it's going for, we'll say that Bob's been approved for 500,000, but the home is only 300,000. So we don't want to put that he was approved for that much and then let the sellers know, oh, well, Bob's approved, we're going to up the price of the house and have him buy it out. So we're going to change it to $300,000, letting them know that, all right, he is approved for 500, but this asking price is only 300,000. So once we have that filled out, we can go ahead and hit go. Once that's done, it generates the pre-approval letter. So it will have pre-approval letter, the date, to whom it may concern. Bob Smith is pre-qualified for a residential loan in the amount of $300,000 with a credit score of 798 for the property located at 123 Main Street. So it says this qualification is based on a 30-year conventional mortgage not to exceed the interest rate. This is a standard pre-qual letter based on the information. So it has all of this information that the lender has created based off of our request for the pre-qualification letter. Has the lender information and their logo. So this is good because now you as the agent can give this to Bob Smith and he can go give this to the sellers, or you can use it as part of being his agent. So this is a great feature to have for you because you can go ahead and have your clients pre-approved and make the buying process way easier. So having the pre-approval letters is such a great thing. Now, if you wanted to just do a generic letter and say that Bob's looking for homes that are around the $500,000 range, then we can go ahead and put his original loan amount and we can hit go. So now what it does is it strips out the address and it just says Bob Smith is pre-approved for a residential loan in the amount of $500,000 with a credit score of 798. So it removed the property address, which is good, and now this is just a generic pre-approval letter. So you could print 50 of these off if you want to, and he can take these when he's going to look at homes with you and use this as a way to get the offer in. And a lot of times, I mean, I don't know personally, but I know from what I've heard, if somebody's pre-approved, their chances of getting that home, I think, are a little bit better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think being pre-approved kind of speeds up the process as well. So this is a great feature to have kind of in your back pocket. Now, one other thing that you have is a lender can take a look and, all right, so Lisa, she just wasn't approved. Her credit score is not the best, so we're going to go ahead and the lender denied her. So we see that the client did not qualify at this time. Not to say that they can't improve or they can put more money down or however it would work for them. Reasons of why they were declined could be numerous, but this person was declined. So now there is a letter that can be printed out and given to that person as to why they were not approved. So you can see it's still the pre-approval letter, and it says, to whom it may concern, Lisa did not pre-qualify for the residential loan. You did not qualify because your credit score was too low. So the lender took a look at it and was like, Lisa just doesn't have the best credit score and not enough money down, so I'm going to have to deny her at this time. Total bummer, but there is a letter that is generated based off of that information. So you have these available to you. Again, if you are sponsored with a loan officer already, then you should have been using this feature a long time ago. But if you are newer to the system or if you do not have a lender, create them as a partner. So you can do that again by going into your dashboard and adding them in as a partner, and they will populate here, giving you access to the pre-qualification letters. So it's a great thing, and it helps build relationships. So I guess, kind of the thing that I like to think of, the more people you know, you always have somebody that you may need in this industry, like a lender. So you could be working with a lender, and maybe you work with a few. So that is an available option for you. Definitely create them as a partner, and then you'll be able to use the pre-qualification section for you. Are there any questions about pre-qualifications or about any of the other features that we talked about today? There was a question about having the YouTube channel link, so let me grab that real quick and I will share that with you. I just posted the YouTube link in the chat box, so you're able to see that, or in the question box. With the YouTube channel, be sure to click on the subscribe button here. With a subscribe button, that does allow you to get notified each time a new video has been uploaded. So really important to make sure you're staying in the loop with what's going on. So be sure to take a look at this. And again, you do get notified when all of the videos have been uploaded. Any question about pre-qualifications, adding in partners, feel free to let me know or feel free to call our support team. Again, next week we're going to be focusing on the IDX setup and how to add in the property search onto your agent page through Facebook. So that will be another thing. And then the following week we're going to focus on the shopping cart. And then also the last week we will be doing just kind of open-ended agent training. So if you have any questions or any topics specifically you would like to learn about, please send me an email, Erin, E-R-I-N, @agentmarketing.com with your suggestions. I would love to hear from you about anything that I've missed that you want to learn more about, or just anything you'd like to review, maybe that we haven't talked about in a while. So let me know if you have any suggestions. We will just be opening up on the 31st for questions and kind of going over some different topics. So pretty open-ended. Doesn't look like there's any questions, so I'm going to let everybody go. Today's kind of short and sweet. So again, if you have questions, feel free to call our support. This is recorded, so I will have this up on YouTube shortly. And if we can help with anything, let us know. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. We will see you next week, and thanks again. Happy Wednesday. Thanks.